back with another video. Today we got y'all boys with another version of the last best build in NBA 2K24 so far. Now in that video I pretty much showcased every single build that we've seen so far. Now in this video I was gonna do something like that, but just with none of those builds, but just some of the builds that's been dropped since then. Now it's been multiple days and a lot of people started spamming builds, so that would have made this video extremely much longer than the last one. So instead of doing that, I went ahead out myself to look through every build and just see what builds I thought was good or potential. So we're gonna have bigs, we're gonna have locks, we're gonna have sharps, we're gonna have stretches, we're gonna have everything in this video build wise that you can even think of. We even have like a tier list of the NBA player templates based off the 2K lab. So we got a lot to go over in this video. I even put the badge requirements in the video. I even put the animation requirements in this video. But yeah, game is right around the corner. Now, I want to make sure I say this before we get too deep. When it comes to the animation requirements, that is not something that was set in stone. That was just something that they had at the community day. I said that in the last one, so people kind of had that confused. I want to make sure that that's understood. When it comes to the badge requirements though, that is locked. That is something that they updated since the community day. They have not dropped the animation requirements. I will be dropping an actual video going over that, but the reason why I haven't dropped one already, because they said that that is not locked. They don't know if that's going to be 100% in 2K24. That is just what they were doing based off the builds they made in these videos. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. If you guys want more videos like this, this probably will be the last time I do something like this before the game comes out. The next build video I do is going to be me with my hands on the game, giving y'all the real literal best builds in the game. So if you guys do want that, just make sure to like the video, subscribe if you new. I will be doing a stream Thursday as soon as the game is available to be played. Without further ado, no more talking, let's hop into it. And then last but not least, shout out to Double H, because he's the only person I've seen that posted this, and this is the only way we could actually even get this information. But we don't know if this is locked, so that's maybe why other people didn't do it. But it's actually still good information to know, because when it comes to them making their builds, we can kind of see more insight to why they went here on this attribute or why they went there on that attribute. So for the Michael Jordan dunk package, you need a 94 dunk, 78 vertical, and max height with 6'9". I don't know why it looked like this, but Dr. Disrespect, 85 dunk, 70 vertical, 6'9" height. For the LeBron, 84, 64, 6'5" is the minimum height. Westbrook, 90 dunk, 65 vertical max height would be 6'9". Then for the Scotty, 85, 65, 6'5". All right, next is going to be the contact dunks. Now this is a very important one. So for the first one, the lowest one, or not really, well yeah, for the lowest one, for the majority of everybody that can get it, it's gonna be 87 driving dunk, 75 vertical. The next one is 89 driving dunk, 78 vertical. The next one is 94 driving dunk, 82 vertical. The next one is 96 driving dunk, 86 vertical. Now that's gonna be the pros and the elites. Now when it comes to the smalls, you have 86 driving dunk, 85 vertical, max height 6'4". That's why it's the smalls. But 93 driving dunk, 85 vertical, max height 6'4". This is gonna be another small, and this is gonna be the big man contact dunk. So you have an 80 standing dunk, minimum height is 6'10", and another one that's 90 standing dunk, minimum height 6'10". So these are the big men, these are the smalls, and these are just the pros and the elites. Now, I'm not making this its own video because of the fact that these are not locked. So I want y'all to understand that these are just what it was in the builder. So when it came to the pass styles, you had LaMelo, 85, Steph, 80, Halliburton, 89, that's a new one. Jokic, that's a new one, 80. Lillard, that's a new one, 81. Jason Williams is the same old 90, and Morant, Sabonis, 75. So one thing that was interesting to me, they didn't have LeBron, so they may drop pass style animations throughout the season. So they may even drop more pass style. Looking at it, we don't have Magic on this one. We don't have LeBron, and maybe another one, but yeah, those are the ones I know that we don't have on this so far. All right, next, this is what the speed with ball is based off of, dribble style. We kind of already knew that. And next is going to be the ball handle. Goes with hezzies, behind the back, crossovers, aggressive breakdowns, step backs, escape moves, so size up escapes, moving spins, sig size up, regular breakdown combos, and then combo moves. I don't know what the combo moves is. All right, now these are the actual ball handle tiers when it comes to animation. So the lowest one is 40, the next one is 55, the next one is 60, the next one is 65, the next one is 69, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, damn near every number in the 70s. But then you have 80, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. So they pretty much went from 82 all the way to 88. Each attribute matters in terms of getting animations. Then after that, it goes to 91, 92, then the highest one will be 95. Now, I think this is actually set in stone, but we don't know the exact animation, so I think that's why he didn't throw the animations on here. But yeah, for the dribble moves, heights, so we already know about the small, so 6'4" and under. We got the 6'9" and under, so those are animations that smalls and swings or wings or whatever you want to call big guards can get. Then you have the 6'5" and up, so that's pretty much big guards and bigs. Then you have the 6'10" and up, which is strictly bigs. So that's pretty much the dribble moves and heights. They probably have that also for jump shots. I didn't see him say anything about the jump shots though when it came to animations. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Alright, so like I said in the intro, if you didn't peep, I said this is not going to be every build that was dropped between the last video and today. This is going to be pretty much the builds I just deemed to be the best or had the most potential. Now, with that being said, I pretty much looked through all your builds. So, if it's not in this video, probably just thought it was ass. I'm not going to lie. But with that being said, we're going to show y'all a couple different things. Like I said, I'm going to try to have the badge requirements in here. Try to have like the little timestamps for everything. I'm going to try to have the animation requirements. Now, like I said, the animation requirements was only for the community day. The badge requirements are locked in. We don't know if these animation requirements are locked in. But with that being said, all right, so for the first couple of builds, we're gonna try to have them in kind of an order or a sync. So like, I'm gonna try to have the inside bigs, the big man builds in around the same area, the locks around the same area, the guards around the same area, the sharps, stretches around the same area, and then some of like the builds that I deem to be like the most balanced, like the, I guess you want to say, quote unquote, demis around the same area, and those are probably gonna be more towards the end. And with the being said, there should be timestamps for every build, or it's just gonna be for the types of builds. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but if you guys do like these videos, like I said, please show the support and drop the like. All right, here is actually the start of the real big man. So this is Double H. He has a comparison of two different builds. So on the left is the one I really more so rather. I think on the right is the build that I think that's Hollywood. Cause I looked at a lot of builds. It's either Hollywood or somebody else, but I think that's Hollywood. It may be Iggy Mo too, but I think that's Hollywood. But yeah, when it comes to the left, this is the one that Double H made. So the one real reason why I'm showing this, I don't really think it's quote unquote good per se. I think it has potential. When it comes to the defense, I think that defense is really good. What I would probably do is I'd probably go one higher on block. Definitely will lower my rebound to like a 93, and then I'll try to have that interior defense to a 90. That's what I would do. Now another thing is I probably wouldn't go this high. Another thing is I don't think you really necessarily need this high of strength. It's a couple different things I probably would do, but in terms of potential, I think it has a lot of potential. I think the reason why I wouldn't go this height though as well is because you can get just more perimeter defense, more steal if you want a little bit shorter, and just kind of that simple. But I do like the build. I like what he was kind of going for. It kind of something I would try to do, especially in terms of the interior defense steel, in terms of like the max perimeter defense, the max steel with the 93 block, the 99. I would do something like that, but just not to those exact, you know what I'm saying, numbers. But on the right, the real reason I had a problem with is the fact that the interior defense is that low, the strength is that low, and then you went higher offensive rebound and defensive rebound. And it may be easier to do so. I just don't personally agree with it. It may be people out there that do. I just don't. All right, so right here we got another build from Double H. Now, when it comes to this one, the one for Double H is the one on the right this time. Now, this is a build where I don't know why he's comparing these two, but he is. So on the left is an inside build where you get pretty much an 82 interior. I guess he's trying to say that these are very comparable, where on the left you pretty much get the same things as he got on the right. So just take a look at it. In terms of it being a big man build, I think the one on the right, the only issues I personally have with it for real is the vert. That's another reason why I would go lower height. But if you're going lower height and still not, you know what I'm saying, trying to get that up, that vert up, it's questionable. But this is definitely, the left one is definitely Iggy Mo. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's an inside from Iggy Mo. I know that. But on the right, he also doesn't have a standing dunk, which is not the end of the world, I guess. But if it's a big man build, I would want the standing dunk. Now I think it's because it's a popper, so the only time he's gonna be really using dunking is, I guess he's saying, is if he's cutting on a pick and roll. So like he has the option of slipping the pick, he can roll on the pick, he can pop on the pick, he can fade on the pick, instead of, like, if you don't know what fade, that's like a slip, but it's toward the 3-point line. So yeah, it's a lot of different ways he can play with this. So I guess that's why he didn't go for standing dunk, which kind of makes sense in reality. I think the real biggest hole, in my opinion though, is definitely that he doesn't have that high of a vertical. I think you should just have a much higher vertical. But I like what he went for, perimeter defense. I like the steal, I like the block, I like the defensive rebound. I would definitely try to get that interior defense higher, but I'm not mad at it. This is a pretty solid power forward build. I don't know if you can really call it a center build with that lower interior defense, that lower vert, because you're gonna really want to get those two up, I would think, especially with no standing dunk. But I do like what he went for. I can see the vision that he was going for. All right, next is going to be Solo. Now when it comes to Solo, he blocked it out, but he wants everybody to know this is not the final build, which is understandable. I think a lot of people that was making the builds at Community Day, a lot of them was, trust me, I know, because a lot of the builds kind of was similar. I think a lot of them was kind of either using other people's builds in terms of like for more videos, or they just kind of like shared it. I don't really know how it worked, but when it comes to like some of the things, I know for a fact, either way, they're gonna, when they get their hands on the game, they're gonna have an unlimited time with the game. I think they had a limited time, or not, I think they definitely had a limited time with the game when it was at Community Day. But when it comes to this build, it has a layup, it has a dunk, it has a close shot, a standing dunk, a 3-ball. There's another one that's a popper. The one reason why I put it on here is because, in my opinion, I think this is one of the easier builds to like say has potential, because there's so obvious things that you can drop. You can drop that ball handle, you can drop that speed ball. You don't really necessarily need that on a big man build, especially if you're a popper, in my opinion. If you're inside, I do think you kind of do want ball handle and speed ball, though, I will say that. But if you're a popper, I think you definitely don't need that at all. You need a guard that's gonna be to create for you, and you can just play off that, like I was saying, with the pick and pop, the pick and roll, the slip, or the fade. Simple as that. Now he has decent speed. Vertical, I would want a little bit higher, but it's not bad. It's higher than the last one. I would probably want the strength to be a little bit higher, but it's not horrible, I guess. But for a big man, it is kind of low. And then for the totality of it, I just think it has a lot of potential, because there's so many things that you can raise and so many things that you can lower. All right, next is going to be another one from Solo. Now, when it comes to this one, this is more of, I guess, a bigger big man, because you see he doesn't have really no dunk, no layup. The last one had dunk, layup, and it's not as short. So this one is 7 foot. This one is kind of similar to the Double H. Now he posted, or in this video, he had 2 of these. One had way lower pass accuracy, but he had higher strength. Now the reason why I'd rather this one instead of the other one is because even one that had higher strength is because he had 78 strength and it was like 68 pass accuracy. Now there's a couple things I would do here and there, but for the most part, I probably would just lower this pass accuracy just to make sure I can have my break starter as good as possible. And that was, oh, so you have to have I don't know what you need for the break starter, but I'm gonna have it in a video for the people that want to jump back and forth to look at these builds. So 74 3-ball, I think that should probably be higher, but I don't know how hard it is to get that. But we went over the wingspan in the other video. I think they were just in that 2K23 or pretty much and beyond mindset that you have to go max wingspan every time, and I'm not mad at that on a big man build, to be honest. With that being said, the physicals is very questionable for me, but I think there is potential because of the interior defense block rebound, where you can lower the rebound, you can raise the interior defense, you can lower the pass a little bit, and yeah, that's just really what it is. All right, next is going to be another big man. Now, this is one that I showed in the original video. There's going to be some builds that I deemed from the original video that are some of the better builds that we've seen so far. Now, these aren't like all crazy builds. There's going to be some crazier ones at the end. But yeah, now this one is more of a popper that is a little bit more balanced, I would say. So he has the pass accuracy. He has a really solid 3-ball. He has a good driving dunk, so he can be able to pick and roll, but he also has a layup. He also has a standing dunk, so he's going to be able to do some standing dunks. He's not going to be crazy like an inside should, but he's a popper. He's not going to have to be crazy. He's really only going to do standing dunks when he's wide open. But yeah, he can catch those lobs with an 89 driving dunk. Now, one thing I say off first look, I probably want my rebound to be a little bit higher, but if you want to be like a powerful build, you can get away with an 86. But for surely, I would want that vertical higher. Now, the strength, I'm not mad at it. I may drop it a couple notches lower, but again, I'm not mad at it. There's a couple of different things here and there I probably would change, but honestly, in terms of the things I would change on this one and compared to all the other ones, I think this one has the least I would change. All right, now, next is Spider. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't never even watched a Spider build before this, or a video before this, but I'm gonna be honest, he made all the categories, whether it was a big, a guard, balance, he was dropping gems, I ain't gonna lie. But when it comes to this, he had an 85 standing dunk, an 80 driving dunk, an 80 close shot. The 3-ball, he had a 78. I would lower the mid-range, but he also had a 70 mid-range there. And then he had a 75 pass accuracy. Now, for the next part, we're going to be hopping straight into the defense. So for the defense, interior defense, he has an 80. I would definitely try to raise that up a little bit. Now, I don't really know what badge he was going for with the 95, but I think I would go 94 and 94. Because at 94, I know you get chase down artists. But I think you also need a higher vert. So yeah, I'll probably do that too. Now, I think he was 7 foot. So with him being like 7 foot, it's gonna be a 66 speed, but I would definitely try to get that higher. I would try to get this higher. Now, if he's not 7 foot, it's probably because of the strength why his speed is so low. But yeah, or the weight because why his speed is so low. But yeah, there's a couple of different things I would change here and there. But from the offense perspective, I think he got that almost perfectly. I think he just gotta raise and lower a couple of things here and there in terms of the defense. I probably would want a little bit more perimeter defense and steal, but I know everybody's not like that when it comes to their big man build. So I know that's not a big deal for every single person. But yeah, speed, vert, I think should be a tad bit higher, but I don't know what's like the best speed thresholds on 2K24 because I haven't played it. All right, so now we hopping into the lockdown builds. Now, when it comes to lockdown builds, we got Double H again, and he's comparing and contrasting builds again. Now, with this being said, I'm trying to think, who is that on the right? I think the dude he's comparing on the right is a build we're gonna have in this video. I think that's tough. But with that being said, on the left, we got, I think this is, I'm pretty sure the left one is Double H, and the right one is tough. Because I remember these, one of them is tough, I think, and one of them is Double H. But with that being said, 75 dunk, 70 mid-range, I would probably lower the mid-range, 78 3-ball, no free throw, so it's gonna be tough to shoot. And I'm not gonna lie, if you was watching them rec gameplays, now they said that that's not really indicative of how the gameplay gonna work, but they was smoking free throws. I just want that to be known. I probably lower my ball handle a little bit. I probably lower my speed ball a little bit. And then his pass is 75, 77 interior defense, which is not terrible, but you kind of, I mean, for a lock, it don't got to be too much higher. I think 75 plus is cool for a lock, you know what I'm saying? But he has that good perimeter defense. I think you're getting some at that 94 threshold. There's a badge that you're getting at that. You get a 96 steal. I don't know if you may be getting interceptor, because I know you get, no, interceptor is 95 now. I don't know what, oh, 96 probably for right stick ripper. Block, you get 94. You get, I know you get chase down artist, and he has an 83 vert. So yeah, he gets chased down artist Hall of Fame, right stick ripper Hall of Fame, interceptor Hall of Fame, and gold glove. Because I know they changed gold glove to, I think it was 91. Now, with that being said, he doesn't really have that much rebound. This one has rebound. That's why I think this one is tough, because I think I remember tough having like really balanced build top to bottom. I think I'll probably go more so like this than I would on this for the rebound, because I don't really need rebound with the people I'm playing with. But I do like Tough's like overall build a little bit better when it comes to like, he has more finishing, he has a little bit more free throw, he has less ball handling, speed ball, where 50 is not gonna really do much for you. But I think they do give you certain dribble moves at 50. I think I did see that. And then when it comes to the physicals, I do like his physicals more. So it kind of is what you think. Now we got Double H again right here. Now I don't know who he compares him right here. He may even be comparing to himself right here. But with that being said, he got an 89 dunk, a 69 layup. Now when it comes to the 3-ball, he has a 78 3. Pass accuracy is only a 60. He has a 72 interior defense, much higher perimeter defense. I think I would probably want, if I'm going 98, I probably would want 99, but it seemed like, bro, I seen Laker fan drop a video where he's talking about the dunks. Bro, for the dunk packages, or not the dunk packages, but for the driving dunk, if you want to get that 99, going 98 to 99 is 2 overalls. Now, that may not be the same across every single height, same across every single wingspan, same across every single weight. But for that particular build, that's what he did. Now, with that being said, yeah, they both had the same 78 3-ball. The pass accuracy on this one is lower. For him to be comparing these, this one has to be the one he made. This has to be. This has to be the one. Now, he has a 95 instead of 98. He has a 96, 87, 87, and he has 78 and a 78. I think, I don't want to be wrong, but I think gold, they both got gold chase down. I don't know if that's a fact though. But when it comes to the physicals, I really do love both physicals, but I'm definitely going to lean this way more because of the speed. I don't know if you really need that 99 stamina, but I do love these physicals compared to this one. Honestly, in terms of which one I think is better, I think the right one is much better. I just think that in terms of that dunk, he could have got one more on that dunk, and it would have been pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been pretty tough. But in totality, I like pretty much everything from the finishing everything under the finishing and on is almost perfect. I think the 3-ball should be a little bit higher, but I'm not gonna lie, for the most part, I do like a lot of this. I think the vert probably should be higher, but it's not that big of a deal to have crazy vert on a lock build as like it is for a big, because if you don't know, vert kind of does affect your rebounding ability, it affects your blocking ability. All right, so right here is going to be, I think this is tough. Okay, so yeah, this is tough. So the build that we was comparing to earlier was tough. Now, honestly, I think Tough's build is a slightly better than the first Double H, and I think it shows way more potential because, for instance, if you make this exact build when the game come out, you can try to lower that offensive rebound, you can try to lower that defensive rebound. Now the thing is, the reason why he probably got so much is it's probably really cheap. It's probably really cheap. So in terms of you trying to probably get like a driving dunk, it's probably gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just gonna be really tough to try to get that. Out of all the locks, I would probably have to say this is the best one I've seen, but we still have more to go over, and we kind of went over this a little bit already. All right, so here we have, I guess you can say this is the Brother Jones lock build, but he has ball handle, pass accuracy, 3-ball, dunk, a little bit of layup, some perimeter defense, some steal, some block, and some, you know what I'm saying, okay physicals. Now, I think those second batch of locks were low-key probably the best locks I've seen, especially in terms of the combination of defense, in terms of the combination of the physicals, in terms of the combination of the pass, the 3-ball, and yeah, the finishing wasn't that crazy on them, but like with everything else that you was getting, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough as a lockdown. But this one is like cool, but it's not. I would say if you go with a lock like this, I would just go with the tough way. You know what I'm saying? Just my opinion. All right, next we got a versatile lock, which is gonna be pretty much a lock that this. If I was making something like a lock that's like a versatile lock, I'd make it like a bump build where I prioritize that perimeter defense. But yeah, this is kind of something like that. Now he doesn't really have the strength. I think locks should have strength this year, but that's me. When it comes to the speed, acceleration, the vert, cool. So since it's being versatile, he had to go with a 79 acceleration. He has that 95 perimeter defense with an 85 steal, at 82. He has an 85 ball handle, 79 speed ball with a 70 pass accuracy. With it being a versatile lock, you don't really need too much pass accuracy, I would say. 78 3-ball with an 89 driving dunk. Only thing I would say I would probably want more of is 3-ball and strength. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But besides that, I'm not sweating too much on changing too much on this because it's not really just supposed to be a lock. It's supposed to be a lock that can score the ball and be able to create for himself a little bit. Now, when it comes to creating for others, the pass is a little too low. So you may want to go a little higher on that. But in terms of everything else, I think it's going to be straight. Now, we got another lock build. And both of these, the last two was from grinding. Now, this is going to be another lock build, but instead of it being a versatile lock, it's going to be just a lock build. Now, off rip, with you having no ball handle and no speed of ball, now, it will be very important, because we have never had a badge for speed boosting on defense, is if your acceleration, how it affects how fast you speed boost, if your acceleration on this game affects your lateral quickness in terms of badges like fast feet. I don't think it will. I think it will just be based off lateral quickness, where in the past, lateral quickness has been connected to perimeter defense. So if acceleration has no effect on that and it's really just for speed boosting on offense, I would 100% lower this and try to get a little bit more speed. I would try to get, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna probably be tough to get a little bit more 3-ball. You probably just won't be able to go max wingspan, but I don't know if you don't go max wingspan, will you be able to get that 99 perimeter defense. But in terms of everything, I'm gonna be honest, I really do like this build because you get that 99 perimeter defense, which is gonna probably allow you to get badges like fast feet, Hall of Fame, badges like clamps, Hall of Fame, badges like a lot of things, Hall of Fame. Now, another thing that you may be able to get on this build as well is a movable enforcer, which is gonna be really important in my opinion to getting badges. Now, I don't know if he showed the badge that he got on the lock. So let's see real quick. Okay, so right here, we can see the badge that he got on his lock. I don't think he got immovable enforcer. I don't see it. Oh, but I don't think it's just based off this. So hold on. Okay, so right here, a movable enforcer. He got it gold. So he got immovable enforcer gold, bulldozer gold, and this is a pretty tough build. And then when I originally was looking at it, oh, this ain't the same build though. This ain't the same build. Okay, we finally got back to the same build. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure if this has gold immovable enforcer. Y'all can kind of go back and forth on the badge requirements. I'm pretty sure he does though. If he doesn't, he definitely has silver. So with silver, no, I don't know. He doesn't have. I think immovable enforcer was 91 strength. So yeah, I know he doesn't have it. So with him having silver, I think that's still gonna be solid because look at all these badges he gets defensively. He still gets gold. Oh, so he doesn't get Hall of Fame fast feet either. He only gets gold. So you must need a higher speed or a higher acceleration. And that may be why he did this. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But with that being said, gold fast feet, silver immovable enforcer with all these other badges Hall of Fame, with all this other stuff on your build, it's kind of tough. Because you're gonna be able to catch lobs, you're gonna be able to shoot a little bit. You're gonna be able to pass whenever you have to, and I think a lock should be able to pass. I don't know what you would get from the block, but yeah, W build in my opinion. Bro, every time I hear bro, it kind of scares me. But yeah, this is Trey Riggs. I showed this in the original build video, just like the last one. This is a build that's pretty much prioritizing steal instead of perimeter defense, but he still has interior defense. He still has a block rating. He still has rebound. I probably wouldn't go too crazy on the acceleration, but I think you do need acceleration for fast feet. So that may be why a lot of these guys are doing that. Now, with that being said, a lot of these guys are also going 89 driving dunk. With this one, you wouldn't be able to have those contact dunks with this one because he didn't have a high enough vertical. So that would be a kind of an issue as well. But I think if you do need acceleration for fast feet, then yeah, you're probably gonna need to go. You're probably gonna have to go half and half, like these last two kind of did it when it comes to the 76 and the 76. But it's not gonna be the easiest thing to do that every single time. So yeah, I think this is cool. I think there's been better lock builds that we've seen though, for sure. All right, so this isn't really a lock build. I deem it to be more of a lock build than a balanced build. I would say this is more of a versatile lock build. Now, he threw this in the LeBron James build, but he has another build back here that's more like something that I guess people would say is a LeBron James build, because this one don't have no strength. But in terms of which one I think is better, I think this one is much better. But yeah, this is like more of a versatile lock build where you have pretty good perimeter defense, pretty good steal, pretty good block, you know what I'm saying? A decent speed, a decent acceleration. I probably would want more strength on my lockdown build. That's neither here nor there. But he does have a playmaking ability, he has a shooting ability, and a dunking ability. That's pretty much what it is. All right, next we're gonna be hopping into a different type of build. This is gonna be more of like the slasher. So for the people that really want to go crazy, so this build is a build that's supposed to be getting Hall of Fame bulldozer and 99 drive dunk. This is from Solo. So if you want to say somebody clickbaiting, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. With this being said, driving dunk 99, the dunk is only at 93. Now I don't know if he had a build on here that was 99 driving dunk, but this is the one that I got. And I didn't see one, I'm not gonna lie. If he did, that's my fault. But yeah, 87 driving layup, 93 driving dunk, 83 standard dunk. I think that's a pretty good balance as well when you look at the fact that he has a 77 close shot, especially with the fact that he has a 76 three ball. I just think everything else is horrible when it comes to the playmaking and the defense. Now on the physicals, it's pretty solid physicals, especially for the weight he went. But I think to be able to get Hall of Fame and immovable enforcer, I think is it 96? I think it's 96. So I don't know why he went 98. Or not immovable enforcer. I think it was 96 for bulldozer. I could be wrong on that. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Low-key, for the rest of this, I might have badge requirements pulled up. But yeah, when it comes to this one, I would say this is just a build. It wasn't too many 99 dunk builds to really look at. I'm kind of speechless to really say because this build is kind of awful. But I guess you can say it has potential because of the fact he kind of did too much on finishing, in my opinion. All right, so now I got the badge tiers or whatever requirements pulled up. So when it comes to this one, this is actually a 99 dunk build. This is from Uncle Demi. 87 layup, 85 close shot. Now with that being said, he has a 93 strength. Now somebody in my comment when I was talking about from the stream from the other day, he said that it's like glitched. I mentioned this in the video. I don't know what's going on with this. That's really weird. Maybe he went fast, but like it was paused on this exact point the whole time. Now it's another L build in my opinion because it has no defense, and with it having no defense, it really kind of makes it way worse the fact that it has no shooting. So both of these builds are pretty bad. So maybe like pure slasher builds ain't that crazy this year unless you like a big man build. Because I've seen some pretty good inside slasher builds, to be honest, for like bigs, but in terms of like trying to make a slasher instead of like an inside big, it don't seem that crazy in my opinion. All right, now we moving more into a different demographic again, a different type of build again. We're gonna go into the sharpshooters. Now when it comes to the sharpshooters, it's like a pure sharp. So this is a pure sharp that we seen in the original vid, and then I was like, bro, this is kind of wild. This kind of got some wild potential in terms of it having a 99 3 ball, 92 ball handle, 83 shoot ball with a 90 acceleration. So that's gonna be able to have gold speed booster. Now I'm gonna have another one later that's gonna be even crazier, and I'm gonna be honest, these pure sharps may be kind of OP on 2K24. I'm just gonna say that because let somebody get Hall of Fame speed booster on a pure sharp, it's gonna be real problems. It's gonna be real issues. All right, so here is gonna be a stretch. Now this is a versatile stretch. Now with that being said, this is a 6'10" KD build, but he has pretty solid defense. Nothing crazy, just the block is crazy, but nothing crazy besides that. Decent ball playmaking. He's a stretch build, so he's going to have a mid-range, he's going to have a 3 ball, and then when it comes to the finishing, he's got solid finishing. There's a couple different things that I would probably lower to make it even better. This is not the best stretch build that I've seen. We're going to get into that. I've seen a pretty solid stretch build to the fact that I don't even know if that's real. It's really solid. But if these stretch builds can be this balanced, it's going to be a really wild year because I've seen a couple clips of the gameplay where people like KD were just shooting over that. Porzingis shooting over that. That's kind of scary if they can really still be this balanced. All right, so let's get into that stretch build I was mentioning earlier. Very versatile stretch build. Now, what the last one could create for himself, this is going to be really more of like a stretch build that can pick and pop and pick and roll. So you can kind of be like a power forward build for real with this build. So you're going to have an 85 standing dunk, an 80 driving dunk, a 70 layup, and a 62 close shot. But alongside that, you're going to have an 85 3 ball with an 80 mid-range. Now, if I'm making this for real, I'm probably lowering that mid-range a little bit more to be able to get some other things, but that's neither here nor there. Definitely got a lot of potential off those finishing and shooting stats alone. You can say Joe Nose has a little bit better, but what makes this build apart from the other one, in my opinion, is the defense. You get an 82 interior defense. The 70 perimeter defense is kind of low, but like I said, there's some things that you definitely can raise. There's definitely things you can lower on a lot of these builds. Just some of these just have more potential than others. When it comes to this one, you have an 81 steal, an 87 block again, but you have really good rebounding on both categories. Now, would I go with that crazy of an offensive rebound on a stretch build, especially if I don't really, you know what I'm saying, have that much playmaking? So like, with him having all that finishing, I think I would probably have a little bit more playmaking instead of the offensive rebound in the mid-range. But with that being said, if I'm gonna go like this, I'm not gonna go offensive rebound. It's just that simple. I would probably just take that off and try to go a little bit more perimeter defense so I can be a little bit more versatile as a defender. But that's just really neither here nor there. Now, when it comes to the physicals, he even has solid physicals. So he has the 85 strength with the 78 speed with a 90 stamina. Now, if I'm a big man build with these rebound stats, I'm definitely getting a higher vert than that. But for the most part, totality, there's a lot of potential in this stretch build. And if they can be this versatile, whether they want to have playmaking, whether they want to take the hit on playmaking and try to go for more defense, there's a lot of potential on these stretch builds, especially based off the clips that I already seen. All right, next is going to be a guard. Now, I will say this, first and foremost, I want a lot of y'all to look at these guard builds that I'm going to show you with a grain of salt because of the fact that when it comes to these guard builds, it's going to be a badge that's going to be really important that requires strength. It's going to be physical handles. When it comes to the way you lose adrenaline boost on this game, you're gonna want to have that strength because it's gonna get you those badges that really negate those things that negate you losing adrenaline boost. And handles for days may be the most underrated, least talked about badge across the board in terms of these strength badges. I think that physical handles requiring strength is going to be kind of important. And the thing is, it's not really a high requirement for the strength or the ball handle to even just get it Hall of Fame. So I think guard builds, I personally think that you really want to try to get that because it's really easy to get in comparison to like the other strength builds, like the immovable enforcer, like the bulldozer. And it honestly kind of could be very OP in the totality of everything it does, because what it says is it pretty much, I'm gonna go over it later, but yeah, I want people to keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, this is a build. This is gonna be the first guard build. This is a 97 3-pointer build. That's gonna allow you to get badges like Agent 3s at least gold. It's gonna allow you to get badges like limitless range at least gold. And then on top of that, you're gonna be able to have the ball handle of a 92 with an 83 speed ball with an 86 speed. So you're gonna be able to have the gold speed booster, and then you have an 85 pass accuracy, which I think is really, really solid, which is really why I made the list. And then you still have a little bit of defense and a little bit of layups, so you can make some layups. Now, the thing I say is, if I was making this, I would definitely lower the speed and go higher on acceleration, but it definitely has potential. Now here on the guard build, when it comes to this build, it's pretty much similar in terms of a lot of different things, but the thing that kind of sets it apart is it has the same 3-ball, it has no defense now, and it has a little bit higher layup. But the thing that I put it in this video for is because of the fact that there's a 97 3-ball, which has all those badges I said earlier, and it has a 95 ball handle. If you don't know what you get with 95 ball handle, that's what you kind of can start getting badges like Hall of Fame speed booster. And with having Hall of Fame speed booster, only thing you need is a 91 speed of ball. He has 91 speed of ball. Alongside 91 speed of ball, you need a 92 speed or 93 acceleration. He has a 93 speed. Now, what I would do, I would flip those two. Instead of a 93 speed, I would go with the acceleration and lower my speed. But with that being said, this build got potential. Now, I think there's gonna be a lot more builds that goes this route of trying to be more of a role player instead of trying to be able to do everything. And the builds that go this route, you're gonna be able to be pretty dominant in those two categories. I'm not gonna lie, but there's definitely other ways to go about making these demi builds in terms of just being a guard, and we're gonna go over those. Now we got here where we pretty much have those same like things in terms of playmaking, where you're gonna have that 95, that 95, that 95 with a 92. Now, is it necessary to have 95, 95, 95? I don't know if that's true. I know at 95 you get certain dribble moves. At 95 speed of ball, you probably get certain dribble styles as well. Now, 95 acceleration is gonna be nice. I think you do. I think they said that you still get that +4. That I know Gym Rat is not in the game, but they said there may be a +4 that you can get to have unlimited boost and stuff like that for like having the extra Gatorade and stuff like that. So I don't know if they said you get that +4 attribute boost still. But yeah, now when it comes to the 80 pad, that's solid. You get a 92 3-ball, that's solid. So you get like badges like limitless range, silver. When it comes to other badges, shooting wise, you get badges like, let me see where Agent 3 is at. Agent 3, you would get silver as well. You wouldn't get a gold because you need 94 3-ball. But with that being said, there's definitely potential here because there's so many things that you can definitely lower. But depending on if you get a dribble style that's actually worth it at 95, it will be the big deal for me. Because if you don't, I would just go 91 so I can be able to still have, you know what I'm saying, the capabilities of getting Hall of Fame speed booster. But if you do get some decent ones at 92, then I probably just raise that up to 92. But if the one that's at 95 is not really worth it, where I don't think the one that's at 95 for the ball handle is that much worth it, but I would probably still do it trying to get that up to be able to get speed booster. I think that's what makes it kind of worth it. All right, so right here is another one from grinding. The last two has been from grinding. This is a build that's pretty much similar to the last one, but instead of it being exactly like the last one, you pretty much have a 96 3-ball, which is what you would need for the limitless range. With that being said, what you have in limitless range alongside that, you would have Agent 3's gold. So you have gold limitless range and gold Agent 3's while still having badges like Hall of Fame, Green Machine, and so on and so on. Open looks, you would also have Hall of Fame as well, which is I think is going to be a really important badge in this game. Now, when it comes to the playmaking, you definitely have Hall of Fame speed booster as well. With that being said, you even see it right here. With that being said, though, you have a 91 pass accuracy. If you don't know what you get with 91 pass accuracy on this game, you're going to get badges like Silver Bailout. And with Silver Bailout, you're going to be able to have Gold Dimer. And this is not a game where you have to do badge points. Any build now can pretty much have Dimer to what they want, just depending on your pass accuracy. Depending on how much you're passing, depending on how much you're getting assists, I'm pretty sure that's going to affect how much you're going to be getting Dimer and stuff like that. So that's going to be really cool. So that's going to be a new thing on this game. So I really don't know what I think out of the builds we've seen so far, I think this is the best one. The only thing I would say again is the speed and acceleration. I would probably try to go 93 acceleration instead of 92 and just lower the speed, but I'm gonna be honest, it's still pretty good. All right, now this is the first of like the crazy balanced guard build. So okay, so off rip he has no defense. Off rip he took a hit a little bit on the physical, so he doesn't have that high acceleration that the other ones have. He doesn't have that high speed that other ones have, but I don't think you really need that crazy of a speed on a guard build. I think you really want to prioritize that acceleration, which I would definitely still get this one higher. But in terms of everything else, he has a 92 3 ball that's going to be silver limitless and silver agent 3s. He has a 92 ball handle alongside an 85 speed of ball and an 87 acceleration that's going to be gold speed booster. And with that being said, alongside that, you have an 87 pass accuracy that's going to be bronze bailout. So he's going to be nice on that as well. Honestly, I probably would go 89 pass accuracy before I go 91 because getting gold diamond is going to be pretty nice on this game. And then as well, on top of that, he has the ability to get content dunks where you have 89 driving dunk with a 78 vert. That's pretty crazy combo. All right, now next is here where we got another one that's a guard build. Instead of going for more finishing, he went more so for the defense where you got 75 perimeter defense. Now, I don't know what was going on here with the 86 93 or the 92 86. I don't know if they probably had originally required you getting 95 91 86 80 93, or they just was reading it wrong the whole time. That's probably what it was, and that's probably why so many of these builds have like so close speed and acceleration, because these are like too close to hitting all those thresholds to be a coincidence. I'm not gonna lie, it has to be. Now, with that being said, in terms of this build, I don't think this is the best one, but this is another one that you can look at with potential because it does have the defense with the Hall of Fame speed booster, with the 96 3 ball, with the 93 acceleration instead of the speed. All right, next is Double H. This is a build where he's kind of comparing, contrasting. He kind of was doing that earlier on the builds. Now, this is the ones where I was starting to get a little scared because I'm gonna be honest, this shows a lot of potential. Now, say for instance, if he could have went a little bit crazier on this side of things, because he has that 95 ball handle, which is gonna allow him to have a lot of those OP dribble moves. But if he could have got a little bit more speed of ball, for instance, he could have got a little bit more acceleration, for instance, he could have had Hall of Fame speed booster with a 99 3-pointer build. Now, me personally, do I think it's really worth going that 99 3-pointer if you can't get it? I don't think so. And based off that driving dunk, I think it may be a little, you may even get more overalls for going from that 98 to 99. I think that 98 may be a little safer because you're still going to have gold limitless range, but you're still going to have a badge like Hall of Fame, Agent 3s, and pretty much every other shooting badge Hall of Fame. Only ones that you really need 99 for is limitless range. So you can still take that hit, and we've seen people shoot from deep already with just bronze. Especially if you already have like a 98 3 ball. And they already said, depending on how high your 3-point rating is, it's going to make your green window substantially bigger. And it's going to be easier to green contested 3s. It's going to be easier to green all type of different 3s. So I think as long as your 3-pointer is pretty high in that high threshold, I think you're going to be straight. But in terms of everything else, if you go that 98 and still be able to get 95 with like a 91 speed ball, so you can meet the threshold for speed booster, and not 92 acceleration or 93, I think you may be hooping. So the right window, you do have all this. So you do have a little bit more mid-range. I probably wouldn't go that crazy. 88 free throw, I probably wouldn't go that crazy, but he has that 87 pass accuracy with a 92, a 84, and a 91. So he gets gold speed booster with a good pass, and he can shoot. I ain't gonna lie, these 99 3-point builds got potential. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, in terms of this next one, this is a build that's supposed to be versatile. So you looking at it, he meets all boxes. He has a driving dunk, so he's gonna be able to dunk. I think he even gets contact dunks because he has an 87 and a 75. He has a 90 acceleration with an 85 speed. I probably would lower that a little bit. He has an 85 perimeter defense, so he can bump people. He has a 92 ball handle with a 90 speed of ball. He has an 87 pass accuracy. The 3-pointer is a little bit on the lower side for a guard build, but you may have to take that hit on some of these builds if you want to be a little bit more balanced. But with an 86 3 ball, that's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. Top to bottom is pretty balanced. I don't know what his stamina is. It looks like it's a 99, so he may even be able to hit that handles for days threshold, but I think you need 93 speed ball handle to have Hall of Fame handles for days. All right, next is another guard build we have, and it's gonna be that 96 3 ball again, where you're gonna be 84, 96, 94. I would probably lower that free throw though for sure. Now you do that at 87, so you can be able to get bailout. You're gonna be able to have a lot of decent passing ability with that 87 as well. 92 ball handle. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at these builds, I think they low-key made it a little bit easier to get that pass accuracy, because there's a lot of these builds that's actually getting that high 80s pass accuracy while having a lot of other things. Like this one, you're gonna have a 92, 83, 90. So you're gonna have gold speed booster with a 96 3 ball. And you can lower that free throw. I don't know how easy it is to put free throw up, but I'm gonna be honest, it probably is easy. So I'm not gonna talk too heavy on that. But you do also have a steal with a 70 perimeter defense. So you can get some bumps with, and then you got also a steal. Now, when it comes to that steal, you got right stick ripper. I think that's silver. And then I don't see interceptor. Oh no, this is not even the right one. No. Right stick ripper. I think that's a C tier badge. Well, that's kind of tough. But nah, he has silver interceptor, and I don't see glove. So you may not have glove. Glove may be S tier though. Yeah, I think it's right here. It's one of these. It's one of these in S tier, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, with that being said, that's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough build in terms of the balance. You have really no finishing, so you have a little bit of layup, but with the way they was making seem like the layup meter gonna be, you may be able to be straight with that too, because you get like gold pro touch with just 70 plus layup, I think. All right, so last but not least for the guard builds, before we really hop into like the demis, the balance, is gonna be the spider. So if you've seen this from the first video, you can kind of just skip this, but this is still one of the best guard builds that I've seen. So he has the 89 driving dunk and the 92 3. So he's gonna be able to have contact dunks, potentially if he has the right vertical, and he has the silver 92 3 ball, so you're gonna be able to have silver, you know what I'm saying, limitless range. You're gonna be able to have silver, aging threes, and so on and so on. Now with that being said, on top of that, he's gonna have a 92 ball handle, and he's gonna have a 90 speed, so he's gonna be able to have gold speed booster alongside all that. Now he only has 75 pass accuracy. He has an 84 perimeter defense, so he's gonna be able to bump people. I probably would go the other route that we just seen, where you have a little bit higher steal than perimeter defense though, so you can be able to play those lanes, because even with that perimeter defense, if your strength ain't high on this game, you're gonna be getting bodied by certain builds regardless. And by certain builds, I mean me. I'm not gonna lie. And then, like I said, you're gonna need a little bit of strength. He has 45. I would definitely want that to be higher. And so 90, 80, 93. Now, I'm gonna try to probably figure out what's gonna be the best potentials when it comes to like acceleration and strength early, because you're gonna really want to figure out like what's the highest acceleration to be able to have, or what's the highest strength I can have to be able to still have like a 95 acceleration, or just be 90 plus, or just, you know what I'm saying, to be able to reach the certain thresholds in terms of like getting badges. But in totality, this build top to bottom, you had the defense, you had the playmaking, you had the finishing, you had the shooting. I probably would want a little bit more passing. I probably would raise the acceleration instead of the speed. I probably would want more strength, but in totality, it's still a solid build. Now, we're hopping more so into the demi builds. Now, this is a guard build. This is the best guard build I've seen. Now, with that being said, we was talking about grinding earlier. This is definitely the best build I've seen from grinding. Now, let's hop into it. So you have a 93 driving dunk, so you're gonna be able to have the Russell Westbrook dunk package. If you don't know that, I didn't see that originally when we made that other video. That's a pretty big deal, because I think that's gonna be the best dunk package in the game this year. When it comes to the 92 3-pointer, you're gonna have the ability to have silver limitless range and silver agent threes, and you're gonna be that 90 plus threshold for the 3-ball. That's gonna be pretty nice. Now you also gonna have a 78 mid-range, which I don't think you have to go that high on. I would just keep that at a 77 personally, but I don't know why he did that. It could be a reason for it. I don't know why he did that. That's just him. Now, when it comes to the pass accuracy, you have a 75 pass accuracy. I probably would try to get that a little bit higher, but with everything else he has on here, I'm not going to complain too much. Now, with that being said, he has a 93 ball handle. That's really solid. He has an 83 speed of ball. Really solid. Now, I have a couple questions. Why did he go 93 ball handle? I think that he did that because of handles for days, but if I'm wrong, I would like another explanation. But I see he had 93 ball handle and 99 stamina, and I said earlier, I'm pretty sure you need a 93 ball handle, so I'm pretty sure that's what he did it for. But he does have Hall of Fame handles for days, I believe. He has gold speed booster, I believe. And then he has any badge that you get with a 75 pass accuracy. So that's interesting. But he also does have that 95 acceleration, which is really nice to have because that's pretty much gonna be real good for the potential of the build in terms of if you do be able to eventually do get that +4 to acceleration. That's gonna be really nice to have because it'll then have 99 acceleration. If you were also listening to Mike Wang, he said that your max caps can easily go beyond 99 on this game when in takeover with the new takeover system. Now that's been a thing in the past and he's emphasized it again this year. Now we didn't know if it was confirmed or real for the past couple years, but he has confirmed it before the game even came out. Now like I said on the last one, I probably want a little bit more strength, but with everything you getting from the finishing, the playmaking, the shooting, I can't really complain too much with this build. Alright, more so into the demi builds. This is going to be another demi build that's not really more so to the guard. It's really more of like a 6-6 build. So with this being said, we have an 89 dunk, an 86 street ball. Next, we moving on into the playmaking. We got an 87, 84, 75. Now for the defense, we got an 85, 85 with a 70. So you see the balance where you try to meet all type of like 80 plus thresholds in terms of the playmaking, the defensive, the shooting, and the finishing. And then with that being said, even on the physicals, he has an 85 speed, an 80 acceleration with a 53 strength. Now, a couple things I would probably change. I'll probably lower the speed for sure. I would probably have my acceleration max on all my builds. And then when it comes to strength, I'll probably try to reach thresholds to be able to reach certain badges and stuff like that for the strength, especially for badges like physical handles, like I was mentioning earlier. Then for the vertical, that's not bad. I guess if you're talking about for a guard build, I'm not really tripping too much on the vertical unless you're trying to meet like certain badges, whether it's chase down artists, because you have to have vertical for chase down artists now. And if you're trying to reach certain badges like the finishing badges or just the contact dunk animations. And then he has a 95 stamina. Alright, next is another demi build. Now this one is really a demi build, but it's like less so on the 3-point aspect. So you have the ability to dunk at a really high rate. You have really solid playmaking. It's not crazy. Now shooting, this is going to be really determined based off how the game is. Now I think the real thing that shows the potential here is if you go lower on wingspan, can you still be able to have that high perimeter defense strength combo with the ball handle, speed of ball, acceleration that he has? I don't know. Now, one thing I think I am starting to notice across a couple of these builds, if you go a little high on that weight, it may affect your acceleration a lot. But with that being said, it also could be because he's 6'8". So I don't know. So maybe if you go a little bit higher on your weight and you 6'6", maybe you can really try to find some glitchy stuff in the game. I don't know. But with that being said, he has some pretty solid physicals. I think I would just rather my acceleration be able to be higher than my speed, but they may be tough to do if you have a high weight. But this ain't really that crazy. I guess for a point guard, it is kind of high though. 221 as a point guard, that may be kind of high. I ain't gonna lie. All right, next is another guard build. We showed this in the original one. This is the Trey Riggs. I don't think this one is as good as the last one, but I think it is a little bit more balanced in terms of the fact that he has an 89 dunk, where the last one had like a 90. This one has an 85-3, which is much better than the last one, and the last one has 78. That's gonna allow you to at least have limitless range bronze. Then when it comes to other badges like ball handle, you're gonna have a 92, 83, and an 89. So you're gonna be able to have gold speed booster. He has no strength, but I'm looking at it, he could have way more strength on this build. It's just a couple of different things that I think is questionable. I know he's not gonna be able to have like chase down artists at a really high tier, and if it's like last year with like the bronze and silver not that crazy, it's better than, it's like the bronze is better than not having it, and silver is better than having bronze. But it's not like on the level of gold or Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's gonna be really worth it to go block if you only have a 68 block, personally. Now, interior defense is always important in my opinion, because that's going to be able to allow you to like have contests on people driving on you, especially on this game where the layups seem like they're crazy. I think that's going to be a little important to have on these builds. But with that being said, the way they making it seem like defense is really good at being able to stop people from getting to the paint, you maybe just be able to make a crazy bump build. I don't know. Don't have my hands on the game. I probably definitely go higher acceleration and speed, but I went over all this in the original time when I went over this build. All right, next, last but not least, this is by Koza, but I don't know who he got this build from. I genuinely don't know who he got this build from. I've searched far and wide, long and in between. I don't know where he got this build from, but in terms of balance, this is the most balanced build I've seen so far. There's only a couple things I would probably change here and there. I probably would want more strength, but in terms of the build, I believe you do get one package of the contact dunks. I think you get the first package, and that's it. But in terms of everything else, you have an 86 3 ball, you have bronze limitless range, and I think you do still get silver agent 3s. You have a 92 ball handle with an 83 speed ball with an 87 acceleration. That's around what I would have. I'll probably go a little bit lower on the speed so I can get more strength. But hey, I'm not mad at it. You got a 91 steel that's allowing you to get badges like gold interceptor. I think you also do get gold glove. That's gonna be nice to have, while also having 85 printed defense, which is gonna allow you to have a lot of those like defensive badges in terms of like clamps, fast feet, and all this other stuff silver if you have the right stamina, acceleration, and speed. That's gonna be really nice to have. So yeah, I think this build, in terms of all the builds that we've seen, this is the one that could be said to be a demigod in comparison to everything else. I don't know if it's far and away the best build, because one of those grinding builds was pretty tough, like that 6'2" Ja Morant build that really made no sense for it to be called a Ja Morant. That is really on par with this build as well. But yeah, I think as we get closer and closer to the game, we may see more and more builds like this, because maybe they hide them. I don't know, but as soon as Thursday come, I promise you, I'm gonna be on that game. I'm gonna be searching far in between, trying to find the best build. And I don't know if I'm dropping the best animation stat Thursday or the best dunk package, or not dunk package, but best builds for like every type. So I may go over a build for sharps, may go over a build for stretches, may go over a build for, you know what I'm saying, all in one video. So that should be coming. I don't know which one I'm gonna drop. Do you guys let me know which one y'all would rather? Would y'all rather me go over the best animations in the game for day one, or would y'all rather the best day one builds in terms of going over every single type of build? Whether I have like a guard build in there, I have like a popper build, I have like an inside build, I have like a stretch build, I have like a balance build, I have like a big guard build. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know if y'all want that, which one y'all would rather be dropped first, and that's what I'll be able to get y'all boys. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. In this video, I pretty much gave y'all the builds I deemed to be the best at the time of me recording this video. I deemed pretty much a lot of these builds to either have potential or be some of the best of the builds in the game. Another thing, I had the badge requirements in this video so you can be able to go flip back and forth. I also had the animation requirements, because that was pretty much what it was based off for when they was making these builds. So you can kind of see the inside of how they made some of these builds. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the end of this video. If you guys do want more videos like this, just go ahead and make sure to drop the like on the video. Y'all did seem to enjoy the last one, so I had to give y'all another part, which I always intended to do. I don't know if I'm gonna give y'all another stream. I may give y'all another stream if enough people drop. And that would probably have to be tomorrow, because I know I'm dropping this on a Tuesday at the time of me recording this, if I got this edited fast enough, because these do take a little bit long to edit, because there's a lot of stuff I had to go over. I had to do the research, all that type of stuff. But if you guys do want more, just make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff out the way. I appreciate all y'all boys for showing the support. Without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, and I'll do it, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Alright, so real quick, I forgot to do this, but this is like the NBA player template. So shout out to 2K Lab. It says that Koza made the tier list, but I don't know if he's actually the one that did it on 2K Lab, because I know 2K Lab be having like certain people coming on their channel and doing videos. So the only ones that they deemed to be the S tiers was Jaylen Brown, Paul George, and Trae Young. So there's a guard build and 2 wings. But if you want to make a big, the only bigs that they deemed to be A tier was Pascal, if you want to say he's a big, Evan Mobley, Lauri Markkanen, Karl-Anthony Towns, let's keep it moving, Anthony Davis, Sabonis, Jokic, Miles Turner. Now, I don't know if these are in order, but I believe they are. So they pretty much deemed that Miles Turner is the best one, but I don't know 100% if these are actually in order. So yeah, now I did see a couple people kind of gassing this Andre Drummond one as well, but yeah, that's pretty much the NBA tier list for 2K Lab. If you guys want to see it. Now, there's a lot of videos on the net about all the NBA player templates. I'm going to be honest. I didn't personally see nothing that was too crazy. But, hey, 2K did say they was going to drop more and more season by season. So, yeah, this should be interesting. If you guys did want to make a build off rip and didn't want to waste no time, you can use this NBA player template from 2K Lab and go crazy. 2K24 is right around the corner, and it's about that time we start doing our yearly giveaway. Now, this year I actually plan on doing multiple giveaways, but for the first one, I usually do the first one through Twitter. We're doing it different. We're doing it through Twitch. Now, everything this year is going to be through a Channel Point Community Gold Reward. Now, I will be showing how everything works on screen while actually explaining it. Now, how channel points work. You pretty much gain points from doing anything, whether you're watching the stream, follow, subscribe, it doesn't really matter. But as you gain channel points, the minimum that you can contribute is 250 and the maximum is 2,000. Now, the minimum and maximum has nothing to do with me, that's all through Twitch. That's pretty much just how you're going to have to do it per day. So you can be able to get more and contribute more than that, but that's just per day. Once that is hit, I will be giving away the day before or even on the day of, but you will be able to have 2K day one. Now, like I said, I do plan on giving away multiple 2Ks. I do plan on doing one for YouTube. This is gonna just be the first one.